So the Dajjal comes. Where does he come from? Actually, let's describe him. The Prophet ﷺ says, الدجال ممسوح العين مكتوب بين عينيه كافر وفي لفظ كافر. Dajjal has one of his eyes obliterated, like as in wiped out, it is covered. ممسوح العين مكتوب بين عينيه كافر. On his forehead is written kafir. And the Prophet ﷺ separated it. Kafara. يقرأه كل مؤمن. Every believer can read it, whether he's literate or illiterate. And one eye is wiped out, as in it's covered. The second eye is damaged. And the word of the hadith says it has shrunk, and it uses the same word that describes when grapes, shrivel in the sun and become, wrinkly and small. So one eye will be covered, the other eye will be like a worn out or old or wrinkly grape. It will be squeezed down. Between his forehead will be written kafir. The Prophet ﷺ described it. His hair will be curly. His legs will be arched. He walks a little different. He's stubby, strongly built. And his start, or where he comes out from, again, The coming man of sin. And basically that's drawn because the main character in the opening part of this chapter is identified in verse 3 as the man of sin, or the man of lawlessness, also called the son of destruction or the son of perdition. This is an individual who, in verse 4, it says, opposes God and exalts himself above every so-called God or object of worship, takes his seat in the temple of God, displaying himself as being God. It also tells us in verse 8 that this lawless one will be revealed, whom the Lord will slay with the breath of his mouth and bring to an end by the appearance of his coming. This one comes, verse 9 says, in accord with the activity of Satan, with all power and signs and false wonders. Verse 10, with all the deception of wickedness for those who perish, because they did not receive the love of the truth so as to be saved. This is an amazing person that we know as the Antichrist. The culmination of all of those who hate God and hate Christ, all false Christs, pseudo-Christs, false teachers, false prophets, all hypocritical liars who claim to be spokesmen for God but actually speak for Satan.
news. There's no longer anything really such as unbiased news. All of the news outlets, it seems like, have become biased dispensers of primarily political propaganda. Their endless barrage of demonic content, I call it hoopla, has been poisoning in our world now for several years. People all over our nation, consequently, and all over the world are becoming increasingly restless. How many of you sense that in our society? There's a restlessness that is among. We're battling a worldwide pandemic that refuses to go away. Our economy is very fragile, whether you believe that or not. It is in a constant state of flux. It's either all the way up or coming down very quickly. It's unsettled and it's uncertain. It is increasing, and there's increasing turmoil and confusion, and it's binding and really debilitating people in places of leadership. Everyone, it seems like, is looking for someone, anyone, who has some answers. That is exactly what it's going to be like. Today, when God allows Antichrist to come, everybody is going to be looking for somebody, anybody that's got some answers, and Satan is going to seek
the Antichrist,
his Messiah, Antichrist,
and I shall destroy the world.
3.5 years of the great tribulation. Let's talk
I
today
will
about Antichrist,
destroy
Satan's
everything.
Messiah. So many people say, when are you going to get to the Antichrist? We are here today, right? Look there with me in the Bible, Revelation 13, beginning in verse 1. And the dragon stood on the sand of the seashore. Then I saw a beast coming up out of the sea, having 10 horns and 7 heads, and on his horns were 10 diadems, and on his heads were blasphemous names. And the beast which I saw was like a leopard, and his feet were like those of a bear,
Where you at,
and his
Mecca?
mouth like the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his throne
Where you at?
and great authority.
Israel!
I saw one of his heads as if
Where
it
you
had
at?
been slain, and his
Russia!
fatal wound was healed. And the whole earth
Turkey!
was amazed and followed after the beast.
Africa!
They worshipped the dragon.
Europe!
He gave his authority to the beast. And they
America!
worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like the
Latino!
beast? Who is able to wage war with him?
I
There
am
were given to him
King
a
of
mouth
kings!
speaking arrogant
Lord
words,
of all
blasphemy,
lords!
and authority to act for 42 months was given to him. And he opened his mouth
Whether you like it or
in
not,
blasphemies against
I am
God.
here.
He blasphemed his name and his tabernacle, that is, those who dwell
whether
in
you
him.
like it or
It was
not,
also given to him to make war
I am
with the
God.
saints and to overcome them, and authority over
And I am
every
here
tribe and people and tongue.
to
and nation.
destroy your world,
All who dwell
to
on the
destroy
earth will worship him. Everyone
everything you
whose
believe
name
in.
has not been written from the foundation
For I am the
in the
truth
book of life of the Lamb
and truth.
who has been slain.
And
If anyone has an ear, let him hear. If anyone is destined for captivity, to captivity he goes. If anyone kills with the sword he must be killed. Here is the perseverance and the faith of the saints. This is the word of the Lord. Although nobody knows for certain,
where are you at?
personally,
Mecca!
I believe that it's very possible. Right now, Antichrist could be alive. I don't know that. And no one knows that that's not the case either. Very possible. Very possible that the Antichrist, maybe he's not. Maybe he is a young toddler. Maybe he's a teenager. Maybe he's a young man. Regardless, whether he's alive yet or not, one day he will come. And when he comes, the worst time of history will be ushered into the great tribulation. Today I want us to look at the Antichrist, Satan's Messiah. First thing I want to say is this, if you look at our text, in verse 1, the source of Antichrist power. The source
I shall destroy all your idols
man
and all
get his
of your
power.
churches
In verse 1.
and all of your holy
That stood on the
places
sand of the seashore.
shall
John
be mine.
is on the island of Patmos. I've been there twice. I've been in the cave where he had this vision. And he saw the dragon. The
Now,
dragon was standing on the sea.
I am your salvation. I am your mighty beast, your dragon.
Some other clearer definitions. Well, the Antichrist, I think, is going to rise from this reunited Roman Empire. We don't know what country for sure he's coming from, but we know he's going to come out of this reunited Roman Empire. I think he's going to be a Gentile. The early church believed he was going to be a Jew, many of them did, but he rises up in Revelation 13 out of the sea, which speaks of the sea of nations. The only type or foreshadow of the Antichrist in the Bible is a man named Antiochus Epiphanes, back in the book of Daniel, and he was a Gentile. And also the Antichrist is going to lead the final form of Gentile world power, and he's going to be a great persecutor of the Jewish people, which seems odd to me if he's a Jew for him to be persecuting the Jews. So I think he's going to be a Gentile. He's going to be someone that is going to come on the scene as a great peacemaker. You think about what is the world today more than anything else? Someone who can bring peace to the world, peace and prosperity. And that's going to be his platform, his promise.